Call the meeting to order at 5:32 p.m. Do roll call. Courtney Anderson.
Present.
Alex Judicki.
Present.
Heather Larson is absent for now. And Nick Church.
Here.
And then I'm present as well. We'll do the pledge.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God.
Approval of the agenda. Do we have a motion?
I'll second that.
All just going backwards. We'll do roll call. Nick Church.
Oh, I thought we did.
Well, roll call for the vote. I guess we can. Alex Judicki.
Yes.
Courtney Anderson.
Yes.
And I'll be yes as well. And so that motion passes. Approve agenda. Approve, amend, disapprove the minutes from July 24th, 2025.
Yeah, I'll make a motion to approve those minutes.
I'll second.
Roll call. Courtney Anderson. That's how I noted that.
Yay.
Nick Church.
Yes.
Alex Judicki.
Yes.
And I'll be yes as well. And then we've got teacher's report from Rebecca Proctor.
Nice. Yay. Okay, so usually I'm towards the end, or we kind of go over data that we have, but since it's like the third week of school, I've only done one test. So I'm going to take you guys through. Has anybody heard about our SEL program, our social emotional learning program? So we have, last year we really incorporated, we've always incorporated social emotional, but last year we really dug deep. We got, call her a counselor, Kimberly?
Say it again.
Was she a counselor?
Yeah, Talk
last year?
Pathway.
So it was an actual person. She video that she talked to the kids. I wasn't a huge part of that because with my schedule, the only time she could talk to my kids was at the end of science. She had my students. But Susie would report back to me and I talked to the kids about stuff. This year, instead of trying to figure out a schedule with another person, we are doing it on our own. So Kimberly got us all hooked up with the same program, which is called 7 Mindsets. And then we all log on. Basically takes every grade through the same mindsets, introduction, whatever. We all do it on Thursday, and then that way we can introduce something new. And then kind of on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, kind of carry that, the thought through, I guess. So last week was our first week we got on it, and so I thought that I would kind of give you guys, I wish I had my Promethean board, I tried, but it wasn't going to work out. So I just kind of wanted to show you what my students did. It's basically the same concept, but obviously different. So I click on middle school for my students, and it kind of goes a little bit deeper. I will be honest, I wasn't sure what to expect, and I went through it real quick before I presented it to my students, and I loved it because it's quick, it's easy, but it's something that I can get behind and believe in because I feel like I do it in middle school anyways. It's a lot of team building, it's a lot of looking at quotes and kind of digging into what this author wanted you to get out of, like what's the theme, what are we doing here? So I just want to take you quickly through.
Sometimes they believe that people
Yeah, so this kind of just sets you up for it. And what I learned is that, I think we as teachers, especially here, we do most of this stuff already because we are invested in our students. So it was just a quick, so my students set up a journal. They took their ELA journal and we just kind of used the back half of it for our SEL part. They just wrote about, it was an icebreaker, my favorite, and I said, you can do anything. My favorite stuffy is, my favorite subject, my favorite whatever is. So they took a few minutes to do that. There was a quote, if you change the way you look at things, the things you look at change. And I had a lot, being in 7th and 8th grade in middle school, get a lot of different answers with this, but one student really kind of nailed it, and then the others kind of were like, oh, okay, I get it, what it's saying, you know. So we had a really good discussion about that. Obviously, I use the word mindset a lot, especially, well, if I'm dealing with discipline issues, but also in math or in ELA when somebody's really, they don't have a lot of confidence in that subject, then I use the word a lot. Okay, well, let's change your mindset. How are we going to change your mindset? How many of you would like to live the life of your dreams? That was kind of fun because then I got to kind of dive into what are your dreams? What do you want to do? What do you want to be? You know.
So it actually said hook there. Like,
Yeah,
that's
like this
the
is
hook.
the yeah. This is how you hook them, right? Sorry, Heather, don't easy. Okay, but this was my favorite part. This is what I really wanted to share with you guys. It's a, I'm gonna butcher it. Palindrome
Yeah.
poem, and they haven't seen a lot of these, and I have, but it was really cool. And so I'm going to play it for you so you can see it. It's called The Lost Generation Poem. Has anybody read this poem before? Oh,
Not that I know.
I hope not, because it's really cool. So just
Maybe Kimberly.
maybe give it. Okay.
I realise this may be a shock, but happiness comes from within is a lie, and money will make me happy. So in 30 years, I will tell my children they are not the most important thing in my life. My employer will know that I have my priorities straight because life is not important. I tell you this, once upon a time families stayed together. This will not be true in my era. This is a quick fix society. Experts tell me 30 years from now, I will be celebrating the 10th anniversary of my divorce. I do not conceive that I will live in a country of my own making. In the future, environmental destruction will be the norm. No longer can it be said that my peers that I care about this earth. It will be evident that my generation is apathetic and lethargic. It is foolish to presume that there is hope. All of this will come true unless we choose to reverse it. There is hope. It is foolish to presume that my generation is apathetic and lethargic. It will be evident that my peers that I care about this earth. No longer can it be said that environmental destruction will be the norm. In the future, I will live in a country of my own making. I do not conceive that 30 years from now, I will be celebrating the 10th anniversary of my divorce. Experts tell me this is a quick fix society, but this will not be true in my era. Families stay together once upon a time. I tell you this, family is more important than work. I have my priorities straight because my employer will know that they are not the most important thing in my life. So in 30 years, I will tell my children, money will make me happy is a lie, and true happiness comes from within. I realise this may be a shock, but I can change the world, and I refuse to believe I'm part of this generation.
That's so cool.
That was pretty cool. Yeah.
It was so cool, and it was so cool to see my students. Like some of them got it immediately, and some weren't like paying attention enough to like. They're like, "Oh, this British woman's putting me to sleep." But then when I was like, "But look at this! Like, look how these words. It's a play on words. Change your words, change your mindset. You know, like watch how this is so cool. I mean, I've seen these poems, but not like this before. So
Yeah, that was cool.
it was cool. I mean, I almost cried. I was like, "This is so cool." Because it completely changes the tone from negative to I mean, completely. In fact, I had to go back later and look at it because I thought, did they change the words?
Right, like,
was I
exactly.
wrong? Was it exact? And it was
Yeah.
exactly the same. It was super cool. So we talked about this. They were like, "What? Can we see that again?" So they were engaging. Then it kind of takes them through like, what surprised you in this video? We talked about that. What line stood out the most in the video? What do you think the narrator meant by saying all of this will come true unless we choose to reverse it? And then there was an activity at the end in your journal. Who are you? Who do you want to grow into? Use 5 adjectives to describe your greatness. I thought it was interesting because a lot, you know, at this age, of course, just like, who are you? And they were like, do I just write my name? And I was like, well, that is part of who you are, absolutely. But who do you think you are? Like, as a person right now, like, that's hard to use 5 adjectives to describe your greatness. But it's not. What I liked about that is it wasn't just use 5 adjectives to describe who you are. It was to describe your greatness because you are great, and we all know that you're great. So, what do you think? You know. So yeah, it was really cool. Some wanted to share, some didn't, and so we kept it that. Some just wanted to share parts or whatever. But it's a short thing. I was going to show you. That was just the introduction. So Unit 1, everything is possible. The 7 mindsets are passion first, we are connected, 100% accountable, attitude of gratitude, live to give, and then the time is now. And then there's a conclusion. So I think that will be a short, but I think it goes into a little bit more. Yeah, so there's individual lessons in between. So it will take, longer than just 7 weeks. But yeah. Anyways, it's really cool.
And then do each grades have,
Yes.
do they have the same themes? Or
I think so. Yes. So everybody has the same theme, but they're diving into it a little bit different. From what I saw, anyways, I think I clicked on.
So it can kind of be like a school-wide.
Yes,
It
it
is,
is a
yeah.
school-wide thing. Yeah. But last year we just had
Same questions or at like different
Yeah,
levels?
they're leveled
They're
differently.
Different
Yeah.
levels. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, I think Becca's the only one in the middle school section. Everybody else is in elementary, which is
Sure,
K
yeah,
through
yeah.
5.
That makes sense. Cool.
So that's awesome.
But it's cool. It just changes their thinking. I got to use it today
Nice.
after recess. So it was really cool, and I wanted to
That's
share
fun,
that with you
yeah.
guys. So
That's fun.
if you have any questions, let me know.
But you were gonna say, I thought a third thing, like social, emotional.
Was social emotional learning. Isn't that SEL?
Mhm.
We just kind of typically just say social and emotional and leave the L part out, I think.
I thought you were gonna say like
Thank you.
social, emotional behavior.
Yeah, I mean, that's it too.
Kids call it.
Yeah.
But there can be a conversation point too with when you guys have disciplinary, or
Yeah.
behaviors or whatever. Like, hey, what did we talk about this week?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's how I got
Absolutely.
to use it today.
Oh, that's so
I know. It's just so much fun. Yeah. Yes, exactly.
That'll be touch points on Monday morning meetings, like
Yes.
whatever our theme is. It's just like, because everybody's in here in the morning. So it's a good time to just go, hey, what are we focusing on this week? And,
Right.
kind of,
Can you go over
Encourage
what
them.
are the 7 things again? Sorry.
No, that's okay. I think it should, and I can look and see. Unit 1 is everything is possible.
Mm-hmm.
So, like example, I have 4 lessons for under everything is possible. Dream big, embrace creativity, think positive, act and adjust, and then passion first, and then it goes into other 4.
There's like 4 lessons there.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then Unit 3 is we are connected, and then Unit 4 is 100% accountable. Unit 5 is attitude of gratitude. Unit 6 is live to give. And Unit 7 is the time is now. I can.
Okay. Cool.
Can't argue with any of that.
yeah. Yeah. And it's just building them up, Some of our students don't get that at home. And I think like I said, I know we do that as teachers already, but the state is pushing for us to have some
that's
kind of.
awesome. Yeah.
But I really like this program.
Yeah. It
I'm
seems
really
good
glad.
so far.
We found the program. So
Cool.
Was it provided to you by the state, or did the school have to buy it?
no, we purchased it.
Okay.
The Public Education Commission typically takes 2% of our SEG, and they didn't want to take everybody's SEG. They were really trying to think outside of the box. How can we help schools instead of just taking that money? And so they provided $10,000 grants that started in January if you applied. And so we applied for the grant. It had to be connected to something we were low in on our site visit, and so ours was attendance and then some business audit findings. And so I chose to focus on attendance, and if kids are happy at school, then they'll want to be at school, kind of a thing. So we bought the program for 2 years, around $5,000, and then the grant from the Public Education Commission went to pay for the TalkPath Live counselors that provided it from January till the end of the year last year. And we just started completely over because what Becca was saying about the lessons in between, we were picking and choosing because we only had February when it started. Once January, all of the stuff fell into place. And so it's like, okay, what's the most bang for our buck? And it wasn't the most bang for our buck. The kids needed an order. And so we just started completely over where we were, except for August.
And it is K through 2 is what I'm looking at. Is the exact same 7,
Mm-hmm.
and then they have the 4 lessons underneath.
Okay.
And so is it
Have you noticed any? Is it too early to notice anything with attendance?
Well, we're still in the honeymoon period. It's like third week of school, so yeah, I think we're doing good. I think we're doing good.
is it like a 15-minute block, like 20-minute block, like
About 30. Yeah. Isn't that what about
Mhm.
everybody's taking is 30 minutes?
Mhm.
We
On
put it in the
Thursdays.
master. Yes, everybody's on Thursday, right?
okay.
Yep.
We kind of put it into the master schedule.
Yep.
So everybody kind of knew, okay, we're on Thursdays, we'll introduce it, and then the next week we can.
Get it done. Get everybody on the same
Yeah.
page.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Okay. No questions.
Thank you.
Thanks, Becca. Yeah.
All right, you guys have my report. We're sitting at enrollment of 84 total, SEG 74. Got some upcoming events happening. Labor Day holiday shift is the big one. We'll see if we can get our kiddos here on Friday, hopefully. We do have another early release on 9/10. We will, as a staff, have a active shooter training through Palms and Associates. We have to go for our school safety plan again this year. It's a 5-year cycle, and they've put a lot of additional requirements in that are mandated trainings, and that's one of them for the staff. And so we'll do it as a staff. We've invited the marshal's office to come if they want to join us, just so we're all on the same page.
Will that be after the fence is up?
It'll be after the fence is up, I hope. They said 4 weeks on the fence, but I do know they were having some issues with the panels today. But
Make
we'll
sure
see.
they don't have issues with the gates too.
Yeah, absolutely.
You're gonna have security guys.
Yeah, the gates will be solar powered, and so we'll be able to have a clicker that can open them for
Without having
us.
to run a wire.
Yeah, without having to run wire.
Like for the lock or like to actually manually.
To
open it?
actually to
Really?
open it. Yeah,
Well.
yeah.
So,
The hope was to not have anyone wander on campus because they don't know where the door is. Like, we want to get signs that say West Entrance is our main door, but you find even, with the gates that we had before, they're just looking for the entrance. They don't know that they shouldn't be coming on the playground with other, kids around and stuff. So I'm really looking forward to that safety aspect of it.
that would be good.
Yeah.
So are we getting a sign to put up that says like West?
I'm
Gate?
waiting to see what this looks like. The fencing ends, and then I'm going to talk with Linda about something like, how on Main Street they have the little T ones that have a sign. If they could do something like that for us,
Yeah.
but I don't know. If they can't, we'll order something.
Yeah, even just like a main entrance with an arrow.
Like even right there on the side of the building.
Or just right
At the gate.
on the sign,
Yeah.
like on the top of the bottom.
Add it.
Yeah.
Yeah. We could do that. Yeah, that'd be nice. Yep.
Cool.
So that's it. Most of our repairs are done with the sewer, the water. I'm just waiting for the next shoe to drop. We seem to always have a water issue, but we've had him in, and he's done most of them. I did put some of our professional development state mandated ones right there on your report, just so you could see some of the things that we need to do. All of us have already done child abuse and neglect. We have still Black Education Act, which is that House Bill 43. We do that on Canvas. Cyberbullying, and then we were looking at CPI, which is a pretty intense training for properly holding a child who may be endangering himself or someone else. So that's about a $5,000-$6,000 training, and it's never in northern New Mexico. So we might be able to get into something in Albuquerque and train a couple of people, get someone to be a trainer, and then they could come back and train the staff, kind of what we're looking at. So that's coming down the pipe to do. Yep.
So
That's it.
who was responsible for that before?
The CPI, Sarah, myself, and I think Sarah and I are the only two that are left on campus that had CPI training,
Okay.
and it was probably 5 years ago.
Okay.
So it's
And you
expired.
guys went down and got the training?
We
or-
did, but that was one they allowed us to piggyback off of Taos schools, and so that's I have phone calls into Taos schools, and I'm looking at Taos and possibility of Albuquerque or something, just to get us closer. Yeah, because if we go with the official CPI training, it's always in a big city like Orlando or Vegas, or they pull everybody in to do it.
So it would be better to send a couple to go do that, or
Yeah.
send someone to go get trained to be a trainer.
That would be a better use of our money.
That would be better. And is that a different conference or a different?
It would be the same thing. They would just have more intense training because they would have to be able to come back and train us. So it's
Like,
more,
is it longer?
yeah.
And that should really be special education, because a
Mhm.
student like that is.
It's good to have 2 or 3 people on campus,
Sure. Yeah.
because you just never know
Especially-
who's off.
Yeah.
But I'm looking into that, and I'm talking with Paul Aguilar. He was he helped me with the school safety plan the last time we did it. And so he's supposed to give me a quote regarding it this time. And I'm hoping that when I get that quote, I can also ask him, hey, do you have any ideas on these required trainings? Is there a place where we could go? Because he used to be deep into the NMPED, and then he retired, and now he's doing this on the side. So I'm hoping I can get some insight from that.
What are like the percentages that you see that you would need that, like on a yearly basis? Like
Well,
maybe
it
2
does-
times a year,
it
you
d-
think? Or
oh,
even, hopefully.
I think even when we were trained, we never used it. We always used our voices, and we provide a lot of you sit there and chill time, and we stand off to the side and let the child cool down. So blessedly, we've never had to. The
Step
only
in.
time you want to do it is if they're bolting. Now, when we have our new fence, it might not be as scary, but that chain link fence that's practically fallen down for years, that was scary, and that's one of the reasons why we went and got it done. But no, there's seldom that you would use it.
Yeah.
So part of that CPI training is having those conversations with kids, talking them down, giving them a chance to get out of fight or flight before you try to do anything with them.
Okay.
Questions? Good. Okay.
Any public comment? Nope. Okay. Got the consent agenda. So that has the acceptance of capital outlay for the new classrooms and acceptance of the FAEA grant funding. If we have a motion to accept the consent agenda.
Make a motion to accept the consent agenda.
Second.
I'll do roll call. Courtney,
Aye.
Alex,
Yes.
Heather,
Yes.
Nick,
Yes.
and myself, yes, as well. And then we've got discussion and potential action items. Individual, we have the financials, which include the June and July bank reconciliation and the check register, as well as the FY25 financials and August 2025 forecast. Heather and I had a finance meeting with Josh today. So I guess we can pass it on to Josh.
Sure.
Had a chance to review the documents, and if anyone has any questions on any of the check registers, we're wrapping up last year and beginning our new year. All of our funds are in positive balance. We are on target for our budget, and everything should be sustainable. So we're in a good position.
Yeah, I think Josh, that sound right? I mean,
That's about clears it all up. Yeah, unless anyone has any questions about any transactions or how the year ended up. A bit of an update on the audit. We're about, I would say 75% done. Hoping to tie all that up and finish it off by the end of this month. And then we'll be able to, get that done. Find out what the auditors think. If there's any adjustments that need to be made, we're pretty confident that they will be minor. But yeah, so that's currently just still ongoing at this point. But if anyone has any questions about the financials, please don't hesitate to ask.
Any questions?
No, I don't.
Do we have a motion to accept the financials?
I'll make a motion to accept the June and July bank rec and check register for the year 25.
I'll second that.
Do roll call. Heather,
Yes.
Alex,
Yes.
Nick,
Yes.
Courtney,
Yes.
and yes as well. And then we've got, looks like one bar in the financial. It was bar. Do we?
I only
Oh,
found
There's 2 bars. Yeah.
Josh threw in another one, or Katie, right at the end for.
Right.
There's only one in our financial.
Yeah, because
Okay.
I just got the new financial
Oh, okay.
packet after we went over it today.
Okay.
But it's
I was looking at my phone and it
these
was.
two.
Okay. Okay, so we've got bars 00 or 3I for an increased bar for food services operations, and the amount of 13,610, and then bar 4IB for instruction, it's the amount of 44,000. You guys want to?
That's our Ed Fellows.
That's
Have a young lady that we hired that is going to go toward continuing education to become an educator. And so the Ed Fellows through Rec 9, they do an MOU with us and they cover her salary and her benefits. And so that's what that is.
That's what that is
Mhm.
for the whole year.
For the whole year.
Awesome. That's
And then the food thing was what?
13.
And yeah, 13,000. It's an increased bar. So the PED decided to raise the amount that they were going to give the school, and we anticipated the school would get this budget by 13,000. That's to cover expenses and related to the lunch program.
Do we have a motion to accept bars 3 and 4IB?
I'll motion. I'll second.
Do roll call. Nick,
Yes.
Courtney,
Yes.
Reed, yes. Heather,
Yes.
and Alex.
Yes.
Motion carries. And Josh, you're good to go, I believe. I don't think we have anything else for you, so you can hang out with us or enjoy your evening.
Head on my way. I appreciate it. Thank you all.
Josh.
Bye.
So then we've got review and adjust / keep the current grievance policy.
This is also on the Safe Schools Plan, a requirement. And so this one was written probably when Liz was here. And so it's still usable. There's no, I mean, they just say that you have to have it reviewed by your council before you put it in the school Safe Schools Plan. So that is it.
I didn't really.
I reviewed it this afternoon.
Okay.
Nothing jumped out at me.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, I felt comfortable.
I mean, it can only be
Sure.
always be amended if we need to.
Yeah, we can. And
it
then
looks pretty straightforward.
Yeah,
so.
that's what I thought when
Yeah.
I read it.
It does look pretty straightforward. It is good that it has steps and what do you want to see. That's a lot of policies don't cover.
Mhm.
Hey, this is what happened. This is what went down. This is what this person says. This is what that person says.
Mhm.
This is what we're doing, and this is how everybody wants to what the resolution,
Yeah.
desired resolution. It
Yeah,
helps. I don't know if Dan has
I like
anything to say. No.
Well, I'll make a motion.
I don't have any issues with it. I think it's fine.
All right. It's policy.
I'll second.
Do roll call. I'll do yes. Heather,
Yes.
Alex,
Yes.
Nick,
Yes.
Courtney.
Yes.
Perfect. Motion carries. And then we'll need a motion to enter into executive session, and we'd like to invite Kimberly Rearhouse and Dan as well into that. And Becca, thank you.
Go on, kick me out.
I'll make a motion to convene into executive session.
Do we have a second?
I second.
Is that your one?
Who motioned?
I did.
Do you roll call on that, Courtney?
Yes.
Heather?
Yes.
Reed, yes. Nick?
Yes.
Alex?
Yes.
Awesome. So let's stop recording.
Or pause, which
Pause,
one?
yeah. The statement? No action items were taken in executive session, and no votes were taken.
Okay.
Go ahead and adjourn us from the executive session.
We'll adjourn from executive session at 6:48. Closing business, any announcements?
Got Trip to the Tip coming up on Thursday. I think that's it. That's the big announcement.
You guys are bringing lunch for that,
The kids are bringing lunch.
and there'll be no lift tickets for that. I'll
Mm,
remind my guys that.
That's right. And
you
all
guys should get
parents
left on
can
lift.
go.
Yep.
Perfect.
Pretty much, if they're at the bottom,
Yep.
they go up the lift.
Okay.
And we've got our next meeting on the 15th of September.
What is the October meeting? I just wasn't sure because I think fall
It would
break falls,
be-
so I was just-
Third Monday.
It'd be the 20th of October.
Isn't that fall break, Kimberly?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
October always winds up being challenging because of Columbus Day, Indigenous Peoples Day, and
Fall break.
fall break, and stars reporting.
Yep. So we can talk about that in September
Okay.
if we
We
want.
can move.
Yeah, we can usually be.
Okay, sounds good.
And we'll adjourn at 6:49.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you. Hang on,
Thank you.
Courtney. Do you?
Yeah.
Thanks, Dan.